Everybody watches. Remember, it's not red sushi, it is red.
It's the one thing, man.
Welcome to Great Conversation. I'm Nat Cardona. Oh, look, there I am. You'll see me talking to these fine folks this episode. Red's General Manager, Taryn Johnson, and Executive Chef, Jed Spink. Can't really think of anything else to tell you right now. See you on the other side.
Are you nervous?
Do I look nervous?
No, I don't feel like you're a nervous guy.
I'm not usually.
Okay, that's good.
No.
So,
best man speeches. Like, I've had to do 2 of those. That's terrifying.
it is. Can I tell you something? I just had to do that for my best friend a few weeks ago. I'm myself.
It's crazy.
It's a Friday night. Nobody can get a reservation because everyone's already packed in here.
Right.
You're not nervous during that? Like, say you're missing ingredients. Are you stressing when that's happening?
One of the biggest things I try to do is never run out of anything because that's such a disappointment to our customers. Has it happened? Of course, but very rarely do we actually run out of ingredients.
Okay.
We do orders every single night. And if you specifically make a reservation for us and we're like, sorry, we're out of that, you feel like a jerk having to explain to them that, why did you, because
it's like you feel like you didn't do your job.
Yeah, and like, why did I run out of that? There's really no valid excuse.
Have you been in this industry forever?
Almost 20 years now.
Congratulations.
I'm 35 and I started when I was 15 as a dishwasher at a retirement home.
Brutal. Nice.
I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, you do. How long have you been here?
So I was consulting with Red since they were on King Street. Red, like, officially on their, as their chef, probably 3.5, 4 years.
I have worked here for a little over 2 years. My 2-year anniversary was May 17th, and I'm from the Madison area, but I moved to Chicago right after I graduated from college. And I worked in the restaurant industry there, worked at some like bigger, well-known restaurants. I love sushi, and one of the hardest things is like going out to eat with friends or family that isn't into sushi. So I just feel like,
come on!
I know. So I feel like Red is so perfect because we do have other offerings.
As far as the menu goes, you said that's something you construct. Let's talk through this first of all. So
this has been on since we opened. This is the pork belly and scallops.
Okay.
So it's
I might fight.
Yeah, please do.
Let's
move this away. So we take the pork belly, we rub it with salt, pepper, and sugar, and let that sit overnight. We roast it at 350 degrees for 30 minutes, and then we drop it down to 250 degrees until it's like fork tender. So when you put your fork in there, presumably you should be able to break it up with just the fork. I mean, you can use the knife; it'll be easier. But it should be very tender because of that. So then we take sort of the drippings, as you call it, from the pork after it's done cooking, and we reduce that down and mix that in with our Japanese mayonnaise to make this what we call the pork braise aioli.
Am I totally upsetting you that I'm just kind of destroying it right now?
No, go have at it. Go nuts.
So I'm assuming that there came a point in your food industry career where you had to learn about these Asian flavors,
yes.
Right? How did you do that?
I'm mostly self-taught, so learning from other chefs, obviously, yeah, but doing your own research, reading books, ordering cookbooks. I mean, I have tons of cookbooks. Traveling to Asian restaurants and then just kind of fusing those and just using the ingredients that we use in the sushi as well, how to incorporate that. So
Picking up things as you go.
yeah, it's just trial by error.
Okay. Has there been an error? This is the time to be honest.
I think there's always going to be a hit or miss dish. There's a dish that I may put on the menu that I think is going to be amazing, just it doesn't sell for whatever reason. One of the hardest things that I've realized at Red is if you're going to do a fish dish, right? Like a warm fish dish. We have a salmon on the menu that sells very well, but everybody enjoys cooked salmon.
Yeah.
But if you want to go a little bit outside of the box, and at this place in particular, like halibut, which is an expensive fish,
Okay.
it's tougher to sell because, it could be amazing. We had plenty of customers who enjoyed it, thoroughly enjoyed the dish. It just didn't sell well enough to keep on the menu. And I think that's because when you get into the higher price points fish, you're starting to compete with yourself, right? Like,
Really?
So if you do a halibut dish off the hot side and it's $28, but you can get a roll for $21, you sort of start to compete against yourself.
Dish like this. Do you think that people might forget that Red does stuff like this or this and not just rolls?
I think sometimes it happens, but we've definitely over the years have for sure increased this menu and the sales in this menu. I think, the common misconception is that we're called Red Sushi, but we're not. We're called Red.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, I have told,
Everywhere you
where's
go.
my boss? Where are you going?
Red Sushi. We don't want you to think that we're just a sushi place. We're trying to get the message out that we do more in sushi.
Do you have any words of wisdom for the non-typical sushi goer?
If they've never tried sushi, I always recommend to start with a cooked roll. One of my favorites is our Volcano Roll. So it's like a California roll on the inside.
Okay.
And then it does have cream cheese. And then it's topped with baked crab. And then you'll have sweet aioli, spicy aioli, and tempura crunch.
Bob from Waukesha is visiting Madison.
Yes.
Never been to Red.
Yeah.
Could be a sushi guy, could not be a sushi guy. Doesn't matter. What are you suggesting that Bob comes in like in the next couple weeks and eats?
Anybody that comes into Red, the idea is to, at least the way I like to eat when I come here, is 4 or 5 people, order a couple rolls, order some Brussels sprouts, maybe a pork belly, whatever you want, and split it. So everybody gets to try everything and you get that perfect balance.
On the weekends, you guys, it doesn't matter what time of year, I feel. You're that busy for that amount of time from the time. What time do you open for dinner?
4:30.
From 4:30 to close. I feel. I've been here really late in your packs. I mean, why? What is it? Like, I mean, I don't know. How can you do that? I feel like that's so unique to a restaurant to like keep up the stamina.
I mean, obviously there are other sushi restaurants in Madison, but I feel like Red is so unique, and the atmosphere that we provide is, it's almost like this big city feel, and I feel like it's definitely a destination for people.
You'll see people super dressed up for date night, and then you'll see people totally in t-shirts from even whatever the hell they were doing. How does that work? Like, I don't know. Break that down.
We have so many guests that do come in to celebrate birthdays, celebrate anniversaries, whatever it may be. But we also, we're located downtown. We have a lot of walk-in traffic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They just love barcode.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, we do. We do have a lot of guests that come in right after their class is finished at the barcode. I mean, you see that at almost every restaurant in Madison.
I know.
Here it's like, I could just run a mile and come in here and you guys are like, what's up?
Absolutely.
Any near future plans as far as the menu or food goes that you would feel free to share?
So yeah, we'll have a menu change coming out.
Okay.
And we also have launched our catering business.
Oh, I saw that.
So we can go to you. We can cook in your house, we can drop off rolls, we can do buffets, we can do whatever. And I will, trust me, if you say, hey, Jed, I want a prime rib carving station at my party, okay, I'll cook you a prime rib.
I'll figure it out.
But you're gonna get more uniqueness and different stuff than you're gonna see on an average catering menu, you know?
Yeah.
You're not gonna get finger sandwiches and like that. Perfect. That's what I'm trying to say.
Love it. Beautiful. Thank you very much, sir.
Nice to
I
meet
really
you.
appreciate it. You know, people on Brussels sprouts, but not if they have these, I feel. Oh, I just keep dropping them.
That's okay. Use your fingers.
Yeah,